For joining us on this X Space this evening. I want to try this X Spaces out and get caught up with everybody else. We have some, breaking news that we want to talk about. That's for sure. California. They, kind of like, old boys say, you didn't effed up, right? You didn't effed up, right? California. We're going to talk about them here shortly, but I appreciate everybody that's slowly coming into the room. Appreciate everybody. And we're going to, if y'all like us doing spaces here, definitely on X, let us know, and we will, make plans to do a couple of more. I'm all about open participation. I'm all about people joining class, as we always talk about joining class on our live streams, right? So we always holding class. So as people get in, and I hope your Sunday evening was good. I just got back, with the family and all of that. And so, hey, let's jump up on here. So California, we have an election coming up in November. This election, everyone knows this election is probably going to be close for the most part. But in my position, I've been saying, even though I've been going hardcore about what the Democrats have done to the black community, very, very hardcore about that. And some people, would definitely don't think very well. The first thing they would say, well, you must be a Trump supporter. No, I'm not a Republican. Never have been a Republican. I'm actually politically independent. But like I told them before, if I was a Trump supporter, so what? What would you do about it? You couldn't stop me from voting for Trump if that's what I chose to do. So I don't know what all that's about, right? You got some black folks that try to show up, and try to, I don't know, browbeat you, scare you about, oh, you don't want to be labeled a Trump supporter. Like, man, please, if that's what we got to worry about in this black community, then we got a big problem. So the Democrats, the ones that black folks been voting for the past 60 plus years, California is a super Democrat majority. You can't get more Democrat than California. Now, I thought the Democrats was our friends. I thought the Democrats was always supposed to be there for black people, do things for black people. But yet every single time black people are seeing the Democrat Party fail them over and over and over and over again. We have also seen the black politician have assisted other groups to get ahead of black Americans. As we just saw in California, the bill AB 1840 that was just passed in California. Make sure I'm just looking at this real quick. Give me a second. The bill that was passed in California to give undocumented migrants opportunity to get up to $150,000 of your tax dollars in California to get a home while black Americans are still renting and have been generational renters, ladies and gentlemen, for generations. They passed that. Even your black representation in California passed that. No issue, no problem. But when it comes up to reparations, first they did the study. Fine, did the study. Now the study is done. The recommendations was given. All right, cool. Now it's crunch time. Now it's time to actually put it to work for the freedmen. And what do we see? As you know, Camila Moore came to our platform on Friday evening and said that California State Senator Stephen Bradford put up the reparations bills because the California Legislative Black Caucus would not do it. So he put it up. Then Sister Camila Moore has said on our platform Friday night that the California Legislative Black Caucus was trying to block the bills. And ladies and gentlemen, at the end, the bills were blocked. Gavin Newsom was threatening that he would veto the reparations bills. Now, these are the bills that he said to go do a study for. Now, I want black people to pay attention to all of this, right? Now, when it's time for something for black Americans, when it's time for the freedmen, and see, one thing they did not like is the language was too codified to say lineage based and not race. Because see, if they did race, then they can say, okay, good, we can go ahead and get it. They're going to strike it down. There's no issue, no problem, right? But when it's lineage, they could not strike that down, and they knew that. So Gavin Newsom, and I guess he thought, and the black Democrats thought that we all weren't going to pay attention to this in an election year. I guess they didn't think that, right? Okay. So we paid attention to this. We saw what happened. Now this will have consequences in November. So this is what I'm on now, and I'm going to tell you this ahead of time. Get mad if you want. But my position now is vote against blue no matter who. And what do I mean by vote against blue no matter who? What I mean is I want everyone to be registered to vote. Definitely go to vote.gov and make sure you get registered to vote. We need all hands on deck. Black America, if you do not make the Democrats realize they made a horrible political mistake toward us in November, we're going to be finished in this country. I promise you. And I don't like to say this stuff because the Democrats say it, but this is actually true this time. This is one of the most important elections for Black America. I ain't talking about America. I'm talking about Black America. This is one of the most important elections for us right now. We need everybody to be on deck with the voting. Even if you say you're going to sit out, we're going to talk real quick about what the strategy can be. We want everybody to vote. We can't have you sitting out. So let me tell you what the strategy is. When I say vote against blue no matter who, that means at the top of the ticket all the way down to local elections. Don't vote for no Democrats, because the Democrats from the top all the way down to the local is all guilty of trying to keep resources out the hands of Black Americans. All of them are guilty. All of them. And it don't matter. One say, well, I didn't have nothing to do with that. You're part of that party. You're responsible. California, that's Democrat Central. You can't get no more Democrat than that. Look at how Black people are living in California. They are the most homeless in the state of California, but yet migrants are getting homes. Migrants are getting help and all kind of other things. But Black Americans in California who've been there forever can't get the help? No. And Black Americans pay taxes. So the voting strategy is going to be this. Vote for anybody except the Democrats. Now, it could be Trump if you would like to. It could be the Green Party. It could be Cornel West, whatever party you want to. Vote for them. If you don't want to vote for nobody, write your name down. Vote for yourself. At least if you're voting for yourself, you still voted, right? And then if you're going down the line, down the ticket, vote for anybody except blue. If you don't like that person either, vote for yourself. If you see somebody running unopposed, that's blue. Write your name down and vote for yourself. That's what you do. Make sure you do not vote for them because they do not prioritize Black Americans. If you're not going to prioritize Black Americans, then Black Americans should not prioritize you with the vote. So I know some people want to sit it out. I don't agree with that. At one point in time, I may say, well, I'm on the fence with that. But no, I can't agree with it now. Ever since what they pulled in California. Well, they pulled in California. If y'all sit up there and reward the Democrat Party with y'all votes in November and let them get away with this, Black America, you're done. As a collective, we're done. We're finished. Because if you by putting the Democrats back in office after pulling a stunt like this, that will tell them, oh shoot, man, we got this in the bag. Oh man, it's all good. Now we really don't have to do nothing for them. And all that talk about, oh, we not our ancestors and all that situation. I mean, that's embarrassing to our ancestors. That y'all have gotten to a point in this country, and I've said this before, you believe more in a blue God than a God of heaven and earth. I mean, this is crazy. We're literally watching migrants stay in hotels. We're watching them get free housing, jobs. They are so bold now. They have created gangs, just came over here and creating gangs and commandeering apartment complexes and kicking in people's door and doing all kind of things that they're doing. But if a brother or sister jaywalk, they got about 30 cops on their back, ladies and gentlemen. We listen, I've covered the stories. Black people just walking in the neighborhood and they get called on. They're not committing no crime. They're not doing nothing wrong. And you got 10 cop cars on top of them. But you got these dudes from Venezuela that came over here running around with all kind of rifles and AKs and everything else. And people call on them. Well, I don't know what we're going to do about it. We talking about law enforcement was saying this when people was calling in on them. But let John Quavius just walk down the doggone street and somebody say, hey, I don't know what he's doing. He's just looking. And that's what I'm talking about. And a lot of that be happening, ladies and gentlemen, that be happening in the Democrat cities. That's what I'm talking about. They say a sanctuary city for everybody else, but where's the sanctuary city for the black man and woman of America? The freedmen, the descendants of slaves. Where's the sanctuary city for us? We don't have a sanctuary city. So the migrant come over and have more rights in this country than the people that built this country by saying sanctuary city. Sanctuary city is not apprehending them and holding them for ICE or any other federal agency, Border Patrol. They're not going to hold them. But let the FBI or U.S. Marshals or anybody else looking for you, they going to have no problem going to get you. They have no problem going to get you. They will help them come get you. Matter of fact, the other day, I just saw a news story out of Port Arthur, Texas. Shout out to Port Arthur. And a dude had ended up killing a woman out there. I think his ex-girlfriend and her boyfriend. And the U.S. Marshals, the Port Arthur police, they went over there to his job and picked him up. Okay. The Port Arthur police and say, hey, we're not going to get involved with that. We're not helping you apprehend anybody. But if he would have been a migrant, it'd probably been a different story, right? Now, I'm not saying I want people not to be put in jail when they commit heinous crimes. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is we need to have some true equality in this country. And if you're going to go after the black man and woman when they commit a crime, then you need to go after the migrants when they're committing crimes too. Matter of fact, they behinds need to be deported when they do their time and get them on out of here. I mean, this is ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. But we can get mad. We can tussle. We can fuss. We can fight. We can do all that. But if your behind is not registered to vote, if your behind is not going to get up, I would say go to early voting. Go to the first day of early voting. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going the first day of early voting. I'm going. Soon as it open, I'm there. If it open at 7 a.m., I'm there because I get up about 3:45, 4 o'clock in the morning anyway. So I'm there. I'm going to be the first one in line to go early vote because that is the strategy I'm on. Vote against blue, no matter who. Once again, let me repeat the strategy again. You go in there, you vote for whoever you want to. Don't matter who it is. If you can't figure who out to vote for, I say do your research. And if you don't like nobody, write your name down. Vote for yourself. All the way from the top, all the way down to the bottom of the local election. If someone is running unopposed that is blue, write your name down. Just make sure somebody put a vote against them. You have to do this, brothers and sisters. You have to do this because this is once again utterly ridiculous. We have so much quote unquote representation up there in Washington and all the different states that we have, right? We have so much representation, yet nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. How is it that we have so much representation and nothing gets done? But when other groups have representation, they get things done. We have, I told y'all, the black preacher, and I'm not saying every single black preacher, there's a couple out there that's riders. There's a few, but they are a minority. They're not the majority. Same thing about the black politician. There's a minority of them that's really about helping black people. It's not the majority. But I told you the greatest stumbling block to black America is the black preacher and the black politician. The greatest stumbling block. That black preacher will sit up here and push you right into the Democrat Party with spirituality and drain your pockets. The black church takes billions of dollars out of black people's pocket every week, and nothing gets done for the black community, but the preacher looked like $1 million. His wife, she looked like $1 million. They live good, drive good, eat good, they straight. And that's fine. And yet they are lackeys for the Democrat Party. Then the black politician, he assists the folks keeping us down. He also assists other groups to get ahead of black folks because they getting their checks for assisting the system. Let me tell you something. The black politician at this point is nothing but an overseer from the plantation. Because, on the plantation, they did have some black overseers now. Don't think Stephen from Django was the only one, even though that's a fictional movie. But no, that happened. That type of stuff would happen. They had plenty of Stevens right now in 2024. And all what you saw in California that happened yesterday, that was Stephen right there. All those black gatekeepers assisting Gavin Newsom to screw over black Americans. And they are proud to do that. Now, tomorrow night on the live stream, we're going to go through all the different videos, some very disgusting videos that we saw come out of California. Also, there was a plot twist. You had a Republican went to put up the bills, the reparation bills, and the Democrats blocked him from putting up the bills. So now, this particular guy, he hasn't been on record of supporting reparations, but what he was doing, he was making sure to put the Democrats on blast about black people. That's why he kept trying to put up the bill for a vote for reparations, right? And they blocked him. And I said, bruh, they really pull this on an election year. I said, they really don't want Kamala Harris to get in office, do they? They really don't want that. I said, because why would you do that? Now, what black person at this point talking about ski wee and sister girl now when the Democrat Party, but it goes from this. Kamala won't even say she black, right? Good. But y'all been saying that. I ain't been saying it, but y'all been saying that. And I'm not talking about you who listening, but there are people out there that have been swearing up and down that she's black, right? Because she went to the HBCU, where Rachel Dolezal is black, then if that's the case. There are other white people that go to HBCUs. I guess they're black because they went to a school. I mean, that's stupid. But she wouldn't answer Dana Bash about that question. She was literally giving her an alley-oop, an out to say, hey, you kind of want to, she said, sure, you sure? You don't want to answer that? Next question. I'm like, bro. So that was a controversy. And now what happened out of California? You listen, if you are a black person with any kind of self-respect for yourself and think about your children or your children's children, what you're going to choose in this election right now is going to affect them. Now, if you are a lackey, a Democrat shield, a Boule member, well, you whatever little checks you get and you cool, you can care less about the rest of us. But I'm talking about the rest of us out here who is is literally in a bad position because of this Democrat doggone party. And don't come to me talking to me about no doggone Republicans. I don't care about no Republicans right now because that's what they do. Let me tell you something. I'm in a position that I don't even want to have a conversation no more with these shills because they're here, one, to waste our time. Number two, they're here to cause confusion. Because when you tell everybody, hey, get ready to vote, let's vote them out. What's the first thing they say? Because they've been saying to me, well, if you going to vote them out, how you really going to get your stuff done? I say, oh, okay. I say, with that kind of response, it lets me know that that's been the plan all along. Keep black people down, and y'all in on it because y'all get paid off of it. I say this much, Black America, let's put the shills out of business. Let's get them off the payroll, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do that in November. Let's do it. Because I'm game for it. And you know me, like I said, they have been, look, y'all, they've been so mad at me, these shills. I've never seen so many shills talking about me in the whole time I've been doing this. So I know I am hitting a nerve, and I know I'm telling the truth. I will not respond to no shills saying anything about me, because one thing about me, I've been like this as a kid. Once I see you mad, now I'm about to go in harder. Once I see you crying, now I'm about to go work double time. So shills, you probably just need to leave me alone, because all you're doing is kind of like pouring more gas on the fire. And then when y'all do things like this in California, you know what I'm saying? When you pull a stunt like that, like, why did you pull that? Like, I am the wrong person for me to even see this. I have been telling Black Americans forever about how the Democrats really feel about us as a collective of people. And y'all sat there and made everything I said right. I've had people that has came and say, you know what, man, you were saying that. I thought you was wrong, but man, I finally got to see it. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you're trying to tell people the truth. It's hard for some people to see it. It is, but that's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Well, some truths I had to see on my own too, and I had to swallow those truths. I'm like, wow, man. I mean, it's like that. I say, okay. Like for me to get to the point where I'm at right now, I was watching countless news stories of black people dying, black people being done wrong for the 12 years I've been doing this. And every time I've been paying attention, I was noticing the Congressional Black Caucus never said anything. I was noticing Democrat mayors in Democrat cities were never protecting black people. I was noticing, when the situation in Chicago with Laquan McDonald happened, and when Rahm Emanuel closed 50 schools, I just sat there one day and I was like, wait a minute, hold on. How is it that this so-called Democrats are harming black people in a Democrat city, and Rahm Emanuel was in the Obama administration? He closed 50 schools in Chicago, and everybody was begging, don't close those schools. We need those schools. So then when Laquan McDonald happened, the way he was acting with that, and really that's what really started my path on really doing some research into the Democrat Party and how they move with black people. And then I also started noticing at that time period how when it comes to other groups, they don't do other groups like that. They handle them with kid gloves. Even if they commit crimes, they handle them with kid gloves. And we noticed, and I was noticing the Democrats, they have been the author of a lot of mass incarceration of black people. And the only time they talk about racism, unless they can find some Republican that was racist or something, but they don't talk about the racism that they do against black people. They don't talk about that. Look at all the dirt that's been done to black people in Chicago, a Democrat city, Democrat mayor, a Democrat alderman, right? Everybody Democrat, and look at the things that happen to black people in Chicago. It's ridiculous. But yeah, we don't have a sanctuary city, but the migrants have one. Black Americans are homeless all over this country, but yet in New York, you got migrants that was in hotels while our veterans and our great black American people were homeless. Think about that. You are on the streets of New York. You know them doggone rats? Oh, Jesus. I'll never forget them rats over there. And them rats so big, they big like a doggone cat. Like I said, if I had to be the mayor of New York, I'm like, bring every stray cat you got and put it in the city. I need the cats in the subway, something. But you got them big old mama rats out there in New York. Can you imagine not trying to sleep on the street and them big old mama rats be out there in New York? Man, come on now. And while you're an American, a black American in particular, sleeping on the street, and you got a big mama rat crawling all on you, maybe trying to bite you or something, because maybe you had some food in your hand. You got a migrant looking down at you from the Royal Hotel. And I'm not laughing like it's funny. I'm laughing because it's ridiculous. A migrant that just came here is sitting up watching you sleep on the street. Y'all, come on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Really think about what I'm saying. Think about it. They have migrants watching y'all sleep on the street. They getting free food while you trying to find your next meal. And then now they're trying to criminalize the homeless in this country. So I guess the only way they're going to get off the street, you got to put them in prison. That's next. And speaking about California, after the Supreme Court say basically they can criminalize homelessness, Gavin Newsom immediately went to do an executive order to go after homeless people. And you know that's going to be going after black people. You understand? So don't come to my page telling me nothing about why you talk about the Democrats. I have 1,000 reasons why, and I'm going to keep talking about the Democrats because I'm trying to wake my people up. Listen, I understand not all going to be saved. I get that. And the people that can't be saved, I'm not here for them. But for the people, I'm here for the people that say, like in the back of their mind, like, you know what? I knew something was up. I knew it, but I just couldn't put my finger on it. I knew something was. I'm for those people. I'm the guy that's going to speak that message to them is going to quicken in them. And they say, yep, I knew that the whole time, but I just couldn't put my finger on what this brother talking about right now. But yeah, I get it. You're not alone, brother. You're not alone out here, sister. You're not alone. But you got to get registered to vote. I'm going to keep preaching that in every live stream, every day. Go to vote.gov, get registered to vote, and let's participate. Like Brother Julius Malema said, when he said about at least the EFF, if you're not registered to vote, you don't need to be in the EFF. And how I feel about it, if you're not registered to vote, you don't need to be talking about nothing in Black America. How you going to help Black America if you're not registered to vote? How? What you going to do for us? I mean, be on X-Space thugging and complaining, or keyboard warrior. That's not going to help nothing. We need you to get out there on election day and vote against blue, no matter who. Once again, I'm going to repeat it. The strategy is this: anybody but blue. And if you can't find somebody, vote for yourself. From the top of the ticket all the way down to the local election. Think about it. If we take that approach, if we all take that approach as Black America, trust me, it would be a major news story. I promise you. That would send the whole thing on tailspin, ladies and gentlemen. They'd be like, wait a minute, these Black people actually came out and they strategically did not vote for the Democrat Party in mass numbers because they were upset about reparations in California. I'm telling you, that has to be the story. And that way you keep making them lose until they give you what you want. Now, I know that Assemblywoman Lori Wilson in California, she's up to vote in November. Whoever's in her district, I know they said there's a Republican running against her. I think he's a Hispanic guy. I don't know his name. All Black people should be voting for him. And if not for him, vote for yourself. But don't give her your vote. No. All those people, if they up in November for the election, you got to get them on out of there. That is treasonous at this point. You know what? The Black America don't get nowhere because of people like that. Listen, I said this before. I'll battle whoever I got to battle, right? For outside my community. But how can we battle anybody when you got collaborators within? Gavin Newsom did not want Black people to have reparations or that reparations agency that can determine who can get reparations. So that's what it was. He didn't like that state agency that was going to be created to find out who was eligible for reparations. He didn't like that because the reparations wasn't going to be just for Black people. Oh, no. The commission said you have to have an agency so you can determine who is actually eligible to receive reparations. Because if you do it on race, it'll get struck down. So you have to do it on lineage. Lineage can get things done. This is why freedmen, we were called freedmen. You have the Freedmen's Bureau. That is a federal classification. Even when they did that affirmative action case, the Students with Fair Admission case, Clarence Thomas and I think Neil Gorsuch, they both talked about us being freedmen. And I say, so, and Clarence Thomas referenced it a lot of times about freedmen. I say, okay, that now they kind of telling us what we need to be doing. We can't be doing it off of Black. We got to do it off of freedmen. We have to do it off of descendant of slaves with some federal classification, which we would call freedmen, and we got to embrace freedmen more than anything else ever. That when we putting things down on paper, because look at the Fearless Fund, right? You see how they went after the Fearless Fund or Edward Bloom? Well, what if they rebrand the Fearless Fund and they said that this is for, to help freedmen businesses? Right? You didn't do it on race. You did it on lineage. Lineage. Anything you're going to do in the future, ladies and gentlemen, and you want to help out the freedmen, you need to put down is for freedmen. That is a lineage of people. That is not a race. We got to throw away race-based everything and go on lineage-based alone. No matter what you're offering. If you want to do a scholarship or something, you do it based on lineage. That's it. Now, other groups, they may say, well, the Nigerian scholarship, well, that's nationality. You know, if you say American, then that's going to be a lot of people. That's American. But if you do it on lineage, then that's where you go. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give me a second. I'm just kind of looking at some things here. But we're going to be, you know, just like the preamble, like the Constitution, right? This is just a preamble. And we just letting y'all know where we going this week. And I'm gonna try to message Sister Camila Moore, and hopefully she can come on Monday and give us a rundown. If not, I'm still gonna be cooking anyway, because we got a lot to talk about Monday. A lot to talk about. In the midst of all that, you know, if anybody want to come on and you know, holler at us here, you're definitely welcome here. Just raise your hand to do so, and we'll get you on. But the California Democrats, they done one, ladies and gentlemen. They done one on the community, but that's good. Like I said, listen, don't put your head down, okay? The one thing I've learned in life about even failure is not final. Always remember that. Failure is not final. Sometime when you view it as failure, it actually be the step to your promotion. Let me tell you why. I'm a firm believer that in God's great wisdom, sometimes he allows certain things to happen to get us to where we need to be. In my life, certain failures or certain obstacles that I've had, I'm actually glad I had them, because if I didn't have these certain obstacles, I would not have learned certain things along the way. If I didn't have those obstacles or certain things didn't come in my way, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have had the success that I've had in certain areas without certain obstacles. You learn in certain times. And just maybe this obstacle right here out of California is maybe just what some black folks needed to open their eyes. Because sometimes you need certain things to open your eyes up. Now, some people going to stay asleep all day long, but not everybody sleep. Some people going to open their eyes and open their ears and say, wait a minute, man, you know, this is crazy. This is crazy, and I'm tired of this. And think about it, black people. Just the other day, they just said that they was going to give migrants home loans up to $150,000. Migrants. But then when it's time for you to get something, hell no, we're not putting it up. Even when the Republican tries to put it up, they block him. Okay? So it lets you know that the Democrat Party has a hatred for the black man and woman of America. They hate our behind, because if you don't want to make sure a group of people is made whole, when you know good and well everything has happened to those people, and you're doing everything you can to stop them from being made whole, that is the most hatred I ever seen in my life. The Democrat Party hate black people. They hate black people. And I say that all the time. They hate black people. Listen, I'd rather you call me a slur. I can deal with that a lot more than you economically sabotaging me. You know what I'm saying? You're economically sabotaging me. You're economically sabotaging black people. That's, to me, that's worse than calling me some racist name. You can call me whatever name you want. I'm cool. But when I'm trying to get somewhere, when I want to get a home, you're sabotaging me. When I'm trying to get a business, you're sabotaging me. But yet I look up and the dude that just came here yesterday, he got a home, he got a business. He could set a brother want to sell some barbecue plates on the corner. You're harassing him about a permit, but the other migrant over here can go sell hot plates all he want, and you're not messing with him. They have a hatred for the black man and woman, and y'all have to call it out as that. It is anti-black hatred that the Democrat Party has for us in policy. Straight up. But they always talking about Trump this, Trump that, Trump. What policy did Trump put down to harm black Americans? What policy? He didn't put out a single policy when he was in office to specifically harm black Americans. But look all the things that they have been doing against black Americans. We talking about the doggone Democrats. Look at what happened when Biden and them got in office, and all the propaganda from the left-wing media trying to sit up here and lie that black Americans were attacking Asians. And the moment they signed that Asian hate crime bill, all of a sudden, black people stopped attacking Asians then. It was no more reports on that. Nothing. It like went away. It's like, I guess what, after you sign that bill, black people just, I mean, if they was on this epidemic of attacking Asian people, wouldn't they still be doing it? No, they do this mess because they have a hatred for black people. And Dr. John Henry Clark said a long time ago, we have no friends. Look at the California reparations deal. Where was all those Palestinians? Hello. Where was all those Palestinians that some of you black people was out there stomping for? But when it was time for you to get your allies on all those videos that we saw out of California, not a ally was with you. Not the brown was with you. No Hispanics. No Palestinians was with you. None of the folks that say they're ally with you. Nobody was there with you screaming about reparations. Nobody. You are alone. This is why in the beginning when all that Palestine stuff happened, I said, hey, look, and I genuinely say this, I think it's wrong what happened on October 7th. I don't agree with no form of terrorism or loss of life of any kind, I like to see peace from all people throughout the world, and I genuinely mean that. I don't want a single human being to lose their life unjustly in this world, and that's how I feel at the bottom of my heart. But when it comes to me fighting and giving my energy to something, I got to give it to my community because, one, we have limited resources. Two, I'm more versed in what's going on in the black community. And three, nobody comes to our rescue. So I'm gonna let everybody handle their own business. And we got to handle the business of black America. Or if I'm going to talk about something, it's going to be black America or the diaspora. That's it. I'm not talking about nothing else. I'm going to, like my grandfather used to say, I'm going to stay where I'm better known. Right in those circles, right there. That's where I'm at, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not moving out of nothing. And it works very well for me. Because as you can see, all you black folks, and now even on TikTok, some of you Gen Z black people, you're learning the hard way about some of them Palestinians. Now, they calling you names. Now you're seeing some of their anti-black racism. And now you're shocked. Listen, I've been out here trying to tell you. Many other brothers and sisters trying to tell you. Take your energy and apply that to your community. Let's go down and get our community fixed. Let's get instead of you stomping out there for other groups, come stomp for black people to get reparations. Come stomp out here for black people to get what we need in our communities. Instead of wasting time and wasting your energy. I understand y'all young and, I get it. You ate up with zeal. I get it. I get it more than anybody else. But now that some of you have learned your lesson, let's come on, like I say, come on home and let's go on and deal with our issues and problems as a community. Let's go ahead and deal with that, ladies and gentlemen, because we got way more that we need to do, and we need all hands on deck. We need that zeal from Gen Z. We need that energy. We need that. And God bless y'all for that. But direct that into your community. We don't have time to be going to nobody else's community and trying to fix their issues and problems. If they can't fix their own issues and problems, what we going to do? We don't understand their issues. We don't understand it. But we understand our own. And in our community, we have a traitor problem. We have a sellout problem. And we really got to get all these sellouts, the sellouts in California who worked with Gavin Newsom to sabotage reparations. Because Gavin Newsom wouldn't have did all that by himself. If all those Black Caucus members in California would have been on code, then they could have laid it at the feet of Gavin Newsom and say, okay, it's passed. Now, veto it. It's on you now. See, ain't no way I'm going to do the dirty work for them folks. Ain't no way. No, Ain't nothing you have that will make me throw away my standing in my community. No. No check you can give me worth that. Because these people will we be willing to sacrifice their standing in the community for Gavin Newsom and no, Gavin Newsom don't care about them. He don't care about them. But it's on us, though, at the same time as a community. It's on us. It's on us to stop allowing them to be up there. All that black faces in high places, that stuff got to go. Because what's the point of the black face in a high place? when you acting like a gatekeeper for white supremacy? What's the point? It's stupid. It's annoying. And it's on us to get registered to vote. It's on us to come out in November. Or I prefer early voting. Come out in early voting, and let's go it on and vote against blue, no matter who. Vote for whatever party you want to vote for. And if you don't want to vote for nobody's party, vote for yourself. From the top of the ticket all the way down. Now, realistically speaking, a protest vote is even better. It's definitely at the top of the ticket. That's even better. Because you imagine how because let me tell you something, the Democrats are scared. They're scared. If Trump get reelected, they're scared because they're scared that Trump gonna be putting cases on all of them, all them Democrats. They're gonna be scared because they did it to him. So you know how petty he is. You know how vengeful he is. He gonna put cases on all them Democrats. That's why they're so frantic. That's why the Shields are trolling. Listen, I've never seen Shields troll this hard. Never. Not like this. So they're literally trolling in desperation because they're afraid of Trump getting office. And I say it openly, I hope he do get put back in office. I would love to see that election night. I would love to see their faces. I just love it. But you know what? If he gets reelected, that's good because look at what they done to black people. Look at what they continue to do to black people. Remember the HR 40 thing, playing the same games? No. I hope Trump get reelected. Straight up. I hope so. And when them Democrat Shields come lying to you, because they're lying. That's why I don't respect Shields. I mean, if you're going to talk to me, at least tell me something truthful. If a Democrat Shield tell you about Project 2025, that's complete disinformation. Disinformation is you intentionally giving out wrong information. You're doing it intentionally. That's what disinformation is. Saying that Trump's Project 2025 is complete disinformation because everyone knows it comes from the Heritage Foundation, a conservative think tank. They've been putting out papers like that every year, literally, what they want to see in the government. And they try to lobby to get those things done. It's not Trump's Project 2025. It's the Heritage Foundation. And they all know this. That is complete disinformation. But yet they always want to tell somebody, saying somebody's putting out misinformation, disinformation, and yet that's all they keep doing every night, even on the local news. Trump's Project 2025. I'm like, bruh, like, why do y'all keep lying? I don't respect a liar. I have no respect for somebody who lie. If you're going to talk to me about something, just tell the truth. You ain't got to lie. If you're against Trump, just talk about something factual that's policy driven, not personality, but policy driven that you disagree with him on, and don't bring no emotion to the conversation. Let's just have just a talk. That's it. But they can't do that. It has to be something emotional attachment. They have to put out disinformation. They have to lie. That's the sort of thing that they have to do to have a conversation with you. And I'm just not really for that. So if they come to my X account or whatever account I have, and you start doing all that DNC trolling, don't worry about it. You're not gonna talk here long. If you're putting out disinformation, y'all want Trump in there? Project 2025 gonna happen. He get in there. Okay, now you peddling disinformation. You got to go. There's plenty of things you could actually say about Trump. You disagree with him policy wise. I mean, yeah, go ahead. I mean, he do actually have an agenda actually on his website, unlike y'all candidate, Vice President Harris, still don't have no policies, no agenda, no nothing on her website. She's the whole Democrat nominee now. She has about 65 days now, 65 days to campaign to try to win the election, and you still don't have any policies? But, I mean, what can I expect? When you're cosplaying other groups of people and, I guess I'm asking too much, right? I'm asking way too much. Let's see here. Dion wants to come up. All right, Dion. I think that there, Dion. I think Dion requested. Dion,
Hey, what's up, man?
yeah,
How you
Dion, what's
doing?
going on, brother?
Yeah. What's up? How you doing, man? I recognize your voice, so I had to grab a mic, brother. Welcome to Twitter. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? It's like I understand what you're saying,
Uh-oh.
um, but I think that hello, can I be heard?
Yes, sir. I just said, uh-oh. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, yeah. Donald Trump is just as a problem as anybody else, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Let me stop you right there.
Donald Trump have three things.
Hold on. Explain to me how he's more of a problem than denying black people reparations by a party we voted for 60 plus years. Just go. I'm listening.
Okay, he's not promising.
Okay, is your internet working, my man? Because you're still on. I unmute you. Uh-oh. Well, what happened, Dion? Dion silenced himself. I didn't mute him. Dion?
All right, how about now?
Yeah, I hear you now. Go.
All right, yeah, can you hear me? Okay. So it doesn't really matter what side of the ball game you're on. If you're not getting reparations, I don't care which party makes me feel better about not giving me reparations. The truth of it, I'm still getting nothing out of that party, out of that candidate. So I'm not going to put my support in any candidate that's not offering me what I want, right? I'm not going to even give a good word for any candidate. I'm not going to give any endorsements, any cosigns to anybody who's not promising me what I want. It's not how I feel about this candidate. I may like a candidate more personally. I'm not going to put my support behind a candidate who's not doing that for me. Now, there are three things that Donald Trump is going to do that he promised. One thing, he talks about the naturalization clause, birthright citizenship. He's planning to gut that. Well, that's protected by the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment have three clauses in it. It has the naturalization clause, it has the equal protection clause, and it has a due process clause. All three of those clauses are connected to each other. If one is annihilated, all of it is annihilated. That amendment was established by Black Americans after the Civil War. It was the first it was the first amendment that was actually vetoed by Andrew Johnson, and Congress overruled his veto. It was the first time Congress actually overruled a veto in Congress and made the 14th Amendment and amending bindment in the Constitution, something that we haven't seen since the Constitution's establishment after it's the dawn of its existence, right? The 14th Amendment was a groundbreaking amendment for us, giving us equal protection under the law after the Civil War. Now, Donald Trump is promising to gut that. That's one. Number two.
Let me stop you. Okay. One, he would have, that's a constitutional amendment that he would have to have 3/4 of Congress to even do, right? I don't think he can get it done. But let me tell you why I do agree with some of it. Do you know South Africa, right? So you're an American citizen, right?
Correct.
Okay, you have a lady?
Yes.
Okay. So if your lady was pregnant and you was in South Africa and you had your baby in South Africa, do you know that baby is not a South African citizen?
If my lady had a baby in South Africa, it's a South African. It's a citizen in South Africa.
No, it's not.
Am I correct?
No.
It's not. Okay.
No, they do not have that law.
Gotcha.
What their law is kind of what Trump was talking about, because I heard him fully say it. He basically said that in order for a child to be a citizen, they have to have an American citizen parent. You can't just come across the border and just drop a baby. And let's call it what it is. That 14th Amendment was for the freedmen, not for everybody else gaming the system, bro. Let's call it what it is. That's for the freedmen. Okay, so I do take issue with people just coming across here. They even call it birth tourism. Look it up. They had a lot of Chinese that's flying into this country, paying $20,000, $30,000, going to hotels and having this luxury birth. They had Russians doing it. There's a lot of people doing it. Look, I mean, you can look this up. It's called birth tourism because they want their kids to be American citizens, and through that child, they have an anchor baby, right, to get everybody else over here and get resources they won't give to me and you, okay? So that's kind of what my position is on some of that, but what's the next thing? Number 2.
So, yeah, let's talk about that because it's a lot of flaws in that argument, right? And the number one flaw is that the letter of the law reads as such. It doesn't say all freedmen are equal under the law. It says Americans. If you're born in America, the naturalization clause make it very clear on what they mean. That means that the letter of the law has to be edited, right? I have a question for you. Do you trust Donald Trump and the white-led conservative Republican Party to be in control of how the letter of the law of the amendment, of the 14th Amendment, gets edited? Do you trust them like that?
I trust no man but God, but my position on it, I don't think he can get it done. I said that. He ain't got enough votes to do it because he would need the Democrats to do it. And I don't think he can do that.
Got you. Okay, so number two. Yes, number 2. Immunity for police officers.
They already have qualified immunity. So what are you talking about?
They have qualified immunity, yes, but he wants to broaden that protection for police officers. Now, he's not being specific on how he's going to do that. I'm pretty sure he have a plan, right? But he's campaigning on that. So whatever he's thinking about, he's not really being challenged on that, and he's not being specific on that as well. So, okay. But he's campaigning to give police officers more power to kill us with impunity.
Okay, they've been doing that for 400 years. So, I mean, what's number 3?
Is that really a good argument, though, sir?
Yes, it's the truth. It's the truth. Years? It is the truth. We have been being killed in this country in Democrat cities, mind you, supposed to be sanctuary cities, with impunity. Didn't George Floyd happen in a Democrat state, Democrat city? Last time I checked, right?
So why would I give my support behind a man who's encouraging that even further?
You don't have to. You can vote for yourself. You can vote third party. Who said you had to vote for Trump? I didn't say you had to vote for Trump. I never said you had to vote for Trump. Vote for third party. Okay. Sign up. Look, vote for yourself. No, you don't have to vote for Trump. What's the third thing, though?
How did you know?
What's the third thing?
Okay. Well, I am a presidential candidate. That's why I came up here as,
all right, well, vote for yourself, sir.
I.D. Jenkins. Yep. So number 3, right. And shout out to you. So number 3, what you have to understand is that the representation of a Donald Trump, the optics of it is bad. And I'm explaining that because he is the symbol of white nationalism in America. He is the symbol. So what happens is he's able to galvanize and electrify a base, right? And he's going to be able to electrify a base that's really going to terrorize Black Americans even further. And he represents that as a symbol. I don't think it's good optics to support that. And
so let me ask you a question. Dion, let me ask you a question. During 2016 to 2020, what happened to you during those years when he was president?
What happened to me?
Yeah. Like, what did any Klan come burn across, or did they lynch anybody? Like what happened during 2016 and 2020, if to you specifically?
No, I mean, I didn't get lynched personally.
Do you know anybody?
But
Do you know anybody in your family or something like the Klan ran up on them
yeah,
during that time? Because the Klan was just, man, they were just happy half Trump. What happened to them?
no, not the Klan and specifically, but there were white terrorists, terroristic problems in our country. That
But I'm asking you. You
white or
lived through 4
so
years of sir.
okay.
I'm asking you. You lived
Right,
through 4 years of
right.
Trump. Did anything happen to
So
you in those 4 years?
yeah, I mean,
What
things
happened to you?
happen to me every year.
What happened to you?
Man, shit, man, it's so many things I can tell you. Shit, where do I start? How about the time when I was driving for Uber and I had two passengers in my seat and I'm driving through Napa and I get pulled over by the sheriff
Mm-hmm.
and he says that your car it resembles another car that committed a crime 2 weeks ago. And I just had to ask and I had to ask him one question. Do you have a license plate? And he said no. He had to let me go. I had two customers in the back seat. So I got off lucky because if I would have been by myself, who knows how that could have went down.
Well, let me ask you a
How
question.
about
Well, then
how
let me
about
ask you
the
a question.
time
Hold on.
when I got a gun pulled on me?
Hold on.
Go ahead.
So when that sheriff pulled you over, or cop, whatever he was sheriff, right? When he pulled you over, did he let you know any of that? He pulled you over because of Trump.
No, but
No. It's no but.
Why would he? Why,
No.
brother? Why would he have to tell me that?
Sir. No, it's not no but. You're saying that you got pulled over because Trump was in office? Do you think you would have never been pulled over if Trump would have been in office?
I didn't say that, brother. I don't know why you're connecting
because
that
I'm
with
asking
that.
you to give me instances about, like, when we talking about white nationalists, we talking about literally terrorists. That's what we're referring to. Then you bring a story about a police officer pulling you over.
Let me give you some stats. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna give you some real stats.
We talking about you specifically, sir. You, not stats. You.
But no, brother, because that's not being fair to the community, right?
And it's not
I could
fair.
give you a
And it's
lot of
not
things that
fair
happened
when
to
you
me.
said that.
Okay, so I gave. Okay, so
No,
so
wait.
I gave you one.
Wait. It's not fair
go
when
ahead.
you said that. Yeah, his optics and what he bring and the white nationalists and what they do, and then I asked you, okay, give me an example of what happened. You didn't know nobody the Klan ran up on them or lynched or anything like that.
I did.
I asked you,
I
tell
gave
me.
you mine.
Hold on.
I gave you
Hold
mine.
on. Then I asked you, give an example. You mentioned the police pulling you over. Black people was actually more pulled over and more harmed by cops during Obama. If you really want to talk about the cops doing things to black people, they were doing it more during Obama than Trump. That I can tell you, because they were mad about him being president, and they took it out on us because they couldn't take it out on him. Now that's what you should have been talking about the cops on, was Obama, because I was covering all these news stories during Barack Obama's presidency, and he didn't do nothing to protect black people. He let us out there to suffer. True or not true?
Okay, so
True or
I
not
never
true?
disagree with you that, brother. Can I talk? Because you're like you're trying to steer a narrative, and I'm trying to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? So respectfully, so what you have to understand is that I know this thing. I've talked about these things under the Obama administration. Obama failed us. I never said he didn't. That's not my argument. What I'm saying is that Donald Trump represents a white nationalism that can be emboldened under his reign, right? I gave you an illustration that happened to me under a Donald Trump regiment. And your argument is because he didn't tell me that he did this because of Donald Trump is the reason why I should discard it, right? What I'm saying is that under a Donald Trump regiment, you will have more white terrorists being emboldened to commit these types of terroristic acts against Black Americans. That's what I'm saying. They don't have to tell me that I'm doing this because I'm emboldened. They're not going to tell me that. It's very unlikely that they're going to tell me that. What I'm saying is that the optics of it, how That's one thing about a national leader, is that a national leader can set the precedent of the culture of the country that he or she may lead. That's what I'm saying, my brother. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that none of us are saying anything wrong. What you're saying is true as well. But I just want you to understand what I'm saying and where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, gotcha. 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 I thank you, and I greatly appreciate you and everything for coming up, and I greatly appreciate you, bro. So I'm gonna go ahead and get you moved from speakers. I'm gonna go ahead and let somebody else get in here. Let's go to real. You on?
Hey, Phil, I have been watching you for years, and to see your evolution, I said the same thing about Tariq Nasheed, to see this evolution is just amazing. For me, I became more conservative after Obama's first term, and I noticed that Black people who are more conservative, we all always usually start off as Democrat, right? We always start off as Democrat, and then we move over into conservatism because we start to pick up on a lot of the things that you were talking about, Rahm Emanuel, and all the laws that go into place that are against our best interest. And that's what pushes us over. But what happens a lot of the time is that people will just start to shame us and demean us, call us coons, Uncle Toms, all that type of stuff. And so for me, it's just so refreshing to see people having this type of conversation as to why the Democrats are not getting the support from certain Black people, because we recognize that they're not actually supporting us. And so I just want to thank you for having the show that you have, having the courage of your convictions to be outspoken about why you are doing this, why you are having the position that you're having and what helped you to move over. And I just want to speak directly to some of the things
that Tamara, let me let you know up front. I'm not in the Republican Party. I
know that.
Okay, I'm politically independent, but I'm just calling out the truth, and certain things that I see on the Democrat side. It's not the Democrat Party of when my grandmother was alive. Let's say that much.
I totally agree with you.
Not.
And I know that you're not a Republican, but the issues that you are pointing out and the problems that people are starting to recognize is exactly the reason why people move away from the Democratic Party and start to either vote Republican or consider a third party. And that's what I'm congratulating you on.
Okay. All right.
But I did want to speak directly to what the last gentleman just said. A lot of times people misquote what the Constitution says about anchor babies, because Kamala Harris is actually an anchor baby. Both of her parents are immigrants. They came to America, they had a baby, and then Kamala, and then all of a sudden she's a citizen. Well, the problem with that is that our government is not actually enforcing the Constitution as written, because the 14th Amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof, meaning that if you're an immigrant, you're not necessarily subject to America's jurisdiction or the state jurisdiction, or you're subject to it for a limited time if you're here on a work visa. And I think her parents were here on school visas or work visas or something like that. So they're not enforcing the Constitution as it's written. And what Trump is trying to suggest is that we need to enforce the Constitution as it's written and not just allow any person to come in here, have a baby, and let that baby be a citizen. That's what he's trying to do. And you're spot on regarding qualified immunity. Qualified immunity is a legal doctrine. Every single officer is going to raise qualified immunity. They don't need Donald Trump to make it automatic where it's already assumed as soon as an officer is charged. They're going to raise qualified immunity, that legal doctrine, on their own. They don't even need Trump to do that. So you're just 100% spot on about that. And I'll land my plane there.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right. Let me go in order. Freedom first. Freedom first. Freedom first, going once, going twice. You on live. Freedom, if you don't answer in about 5 seconds here, we have to get you down. Okay, countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2. You got it? 1. Okay. Look like Freedom. Let's see here. Guess Freedom had an issue there, huh? Let's go ahead on and get Freedom down here. Okay. All right. Well, I don't see nobody else in the queue, so because Freedom didn't be able to answer that. Let's see, Brother Moko. I guess Brother Moko, you would be up.
Yeah, how you doing, Brother Phil?
I'm fine.
I appreciate your space, and I would say to the title, you're spot on. I think what we see right now is a lot of scare tactics being done. It definitely does not make sense to vote for the lesser of two evils when they're both evil. I agree with that 100%. I think it's really suspicious how they're not concentrating on the policies by this by this candidate and how they're doing this fear tactic thing. I mean, I appreciate you for asking people to bring up the evidence. You know, I think we need to be logical when we're making this choice, and not emotional. And that's what I see a lot of emotional, a lot of emotional talk, a lot of emotional action when it comes to these two candidates. And I'm just glad that you and others, others in the black and the new black media are pointing this out. But I think we really, as a collective, need to really start being logical when we're talking about things like this. Phil is right. Trump didn't do anything directly to harm black people during his administration. Now, I'm not for Trump, but I'm not for Camilla either. Like we gotta stop this
Camilla.
boogeyman. Well, yeah, we gotta stop this boogeyman talk when it comes to our harm. You know what I'm saying? There's no big boogeyman in the dark harming victims of racism, white supremacy. And we need to really shape up on our language, because language is important. Language is attached to the action. And when you got poor language, it leads in poor action. And I think that's what we're seeing right now, Phil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, brother. I appreciate you for coming on. Thank you. All right. Well, I just saw Tuesday. You were just about to come on Tuesday. What happened Tuesday? You backed out. I was trying to go get you on. Let me go back here in the back room and see who. Yeah, you want to come up real quick? Say your piece. Then come on up. Let me see. Okay, there's Tuesday. All right.
How you doing, Brother Phil?
Hey, Tuesday. How you doing?
I'm blessed. How about you?
Oh, I'm living Tuesday. I'm living very, very good.
Yeah, well, basically, what I think about, this, the California Democrats,
Yes.
sabotage and reparations. I feel I was raised to be Democrat. I was once raised to be being Democrat, and I'm quite sure that you or all of us have been raised to be Democrat.
Correct.
But what I saw, what was happening to us brothers and sisters, especially in recent times, I feel like that we were being, as they would call, last on the list. And what I see, what's happening, where the migrants, illegal migrants, rather, being brought into this country illegally, and and we are pretty much been pushed in the back burner. You see homeless people, especially homeless Americans, us brothers and sisters, we've been last ever since for I don't know, almost 60 plus years or even more. And it saddens me that people are living in the streets. Us Americans, we were basically built in this. We were basically, you know, brought up to this into this country and so forth out of our free will, and then we basically build this country, but we don't receive no credit. For our hard work, we always be the rest who are always be those who are, as they say, as you know, you call the status quo, and we try to keep up with the status quo, and then we're not receiving no resources whatsoever. So as my eyes open so much to what the Democrats have basically done to us, it got me thinking. I mean, what are we basically voting for? We're not getting nothing out of the deal. We're not. So why should we basically waste our time, waste our votes on things that we're not actually getting anything out of it? So that's how I feel about it, Brother Phil.
Okay, Tuesday. All right. Well, thank you for coming up.
You're welcome, and God bless you.
Yeah, God bless. All right, Spanish Dominican King, you up next. Spanish Dominican.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I saw your YouTube video about Lolita.
About who?
Lolita. You were talking about Lolita, how she was saying that she's Dominican, she's not black.
Who's Lolita?
That's her Twitter name.
Okay. All right. So what's the point? Yeah. Why you brought that up? Like, we talking about Democrats. Why are you talking about that?
She went viral and you made a video about her.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate it.
What do I need to do about that?
I think you made some videos on your YouTube show about Dominicans.
Okay. And what do you take issue with that I said?
You're saying that we black. We're not black.
You know what? In that context, on culture-wise, that part you would be right, but here's the problem. Here's my problem. Y'all don't bring that I'm not black stuff when it comes to getting resources for black people. You'll slide right on in and say you're black to get resources. Man, stop lying. If you're in this country, you're taking resources.
We don't want reparations. We don't want reparations.
But you don't qualify. No, but we talking about set asides for black people or minority set asides or something like that maybe they say we need so many black people here. You'll slide right in and get it. You won't say, I ain't black. I'm Dominican. That don't not go to me. So I don't need that government set aside. I don't need these food stamps. Don't give me Section 8. I don't need this government money because I'm not black. I'm Dominican. So that goes to them black.
Well, those welfare systems were designed.
So if you're going to say you're not black, stand on it.
Those welfare systems weren't designed exclusively for black people. It was designed for poor people.
No. At one point in time, black folks could not get it. And black folks fought to get government resources. It's not just it's government resources, okay? And you fled from where you come from, and you don't stand on being Dominican. When it's time to be black to get resources, you say you're black then. So if you're not black, I'm with you. You're not black. Well, just stay there.
I'm not black.
Okay, so when you got to this country, bro?
I was born here.
You were born here, so you don't like the Dominican Republic?
I'm a tether. No, I like it over there. I like it. It's fun.
You like it? Okay, so you got a house over there?
No, I don't.
Why not?
I just haven't, built up the capital to invest and buy a house over there yet.
Oh, come on now. I mean, if you say you're Dominican and you're not black,
I'm working on it.
Man, come on. You got to be. How is it you got black Americans that go over there to Dominican Republic more than you? What's going on, brother?
Hey, they like it. They like to vacation over there. They like
so
to
why
go
aren't you in your homeland?
I'm going to go there one day. Don't worry. I'm just working on getting some capital.
Oh, come on, man. You know good and well you don't need that much money to be in Dominican Republic.
My homeland is Spain, though. That's where my ancestors come
Man,
from.
you not know
We're
Spain.
Spanish.
Man, okay, look. Go your happy self to Spain and go tell those people that's your homeland. Watch how them good Spanish people gonna give you a good treatment in white supremacy. Just watch.
All right,
I would love to be there when you do it. I would love to be standing right next to you and you telling them good Spanish people over there that, hey, this is my homeland. Boy, I would love to be there to listen to it.
Viva la madre patria. The motherland is Spain.
Man, and they gonna say, Negro, get out of here. That's exactly what they gonna say. Get your happy self on out of here. I'm Spanish. No, you're not. You're a Negro. Get out. And you know it. Man. You know it. Them people don't look. The Spanish is the OG slave trader.
They accept us though. We're all Hispanics.
Man, they don't accept you. They don't accept you.
I've been in their spaces. They love us.
Man, they don't love you.
Please don't divide us. They love us.
Man, please. They don't love your behind. Remember, you listen, they conquered you. Why would they love you? But you know what?
No,
the Spanish,
they
but hold on, wait. I know why you feel that way. Because we talking about history. The Spanish was different than the British. The Spanish was kind of like, well, you part of the family. So they really mind screwed y'all. The British was more like, hell no, you ain't part of no family. You black. Get away from here. So that's why we understand. Spanish, hold on. That's why we understand our position and our fight. And you kind of, oh, well, they my family. I mean, I get it. Why they took your resources, why they, yeah, I get it. But you need to go to your homeland, man. Go to your homeland. You ain't gotta be black. Just return to Dominican Republic. You all good, bro.
All right. Take care.
All right, man. Appreciate you. All right. Yeah. Shout out to him. I ain't mad at him. All right. Who's coming up next? I see him. Bless Finesse.
You got it, brother. What's going on?
Man, I can't tell you. I'm black in America.
Tell me about it. You ain't lying, boy. You ain't lying.
So what's on your mind with the Democrats, man?
Well, oh man, California Democrats sabotage reparations. It's now vote against blue, no matter who. And I wish we would have listened to Dr. Claude Anderson, man.
Oh, yes.
It would have changed. He literally was made fun of. They said he hated immigrants, made fun of. They didn't pay him properly. And he was so ahead of the game. He saw what was coming, and we're witnessing in real time our erasure and replacer courtesy of the people we have been voting for.
He was a prophet.
I was alive. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying he was a prophet.
He was a prophet, man. Everything that man, I've rewatched them videos over 100 times. He saw it, man, and we didn't know, and now here we are. Even some of our parents seen it, but they didn't know what to do about it. My mama told me and my sister. I'm 36, brother. Mm-hmm. It was about 98-ish. I'll never forget. She said, "I want y'all to learn Spanish because it's gonna be a lot of Mexicans." She said that in 98. She was like, "You're gonna have to because it's gonna be the second language of this country." And I didn't really get it and grasp it then. But now looking back on her saying that, it's like Black Americans, we seen the writing on the wall and we welcomed it instead of stopping it and pushing it back because we thought anybody who was not a white person was on our side. We didn't understand that our United States government would weaponize those people against us, use our plight, and climb on the back of our oppression to propel their own individual ethnic groups. And that is the most dastardly part, is we have helped people erase and replace us in real time. We could have been pushing back on this shit so long ago, and I think that's what makes it even worse. And even now that we're fast forward, we like, hold on, y'all, we messed up. Let's fix this. We still got our black folk out here who are so blinded that they are like, well, no, man, them immigrants ain't did nothing to nobody. Well, they haven't done nothing, but they've been weaponized against us, okay? Mass immigration, illegal and legal, need to be stopped. We need to do mass
Well,
deportation.
brother, let me ask you a question. You registered to vote?
Of course.
All right. So we need you out there voting against blue, no matter who. Even if you got to vote for yourself, we need you from the top of the ticket all the way down.
We got to show them, brother. It's time.
All right, well, brother. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, that was good brother. I don't know who this person is. Well, let me get who's in line. Then I engage that next person that's there. All right. Next speaker.
Hey,
Sean.
how's it going? Hey, how's it going? My name is Sean. So, my question really for us is, how long are we going to, I guess, vote? You know, I know we're giving up on the Democratic vote. We should have given up on that a long time ago. But how long are we going to ask or expect for reparations? And I also don't want to take credit for, government assistance. I know that we have pushed for that and it's benefited all communities, not just ours, but in modern day, like modern time, you've got people like the Spanish guy that was just up, basically trying to, they try to relate that to the Black community, and we've done much more than that. The civil rights thing that our ancestors have went through in the 60s really benefited everyone. But I'm at a point now where I kind of don't want to even hear about reparations because I'm living life without it and I'm sick. It just feels like something that's just hung up over my head. And for, the rest of the people that everybody else that we have helped, now they look at us like, oh, you guys just want a handout. Well, you guys wouldn't have had the assistance that you guys have without our ancestors' help. But I kind of just feel like, is that something we want to push for? Because if so, we should push harder ourselves. And if not, if we're not going to push harder for it, then I'm kind of just sick of hearing about it. I don't want anything held, hung over my head, and being pandered to.
Well, let me tell you this much. Number one, you got to live life and live life to the full and fight for everything you need to fight for in your personal life. Number two, we definitely got to keep at it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So so you can live your life, do what you do, and also help fight at the same time. It's not like you're doing it on your own. It has to be a collective effort. That's it. And are you registered to vote?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna vote against blue no matter who?
I kind of this election here. This is gonna be the first time I'm relatively young. First time I'm actually looking into voting. But that either candidate for me is like Kamala is out of the question. That whole cabinet's out of the question for me. But as far as Trump goes, I see what his fan base, I see what that looks like, and I don't want to vote for anybody that, truth be told.
Okay, I respect that. So what about a third party?
Fine. Third party, we had RFK, but I feel like he didn't even what's the word I'm looking for? He didn't try anywhere near as hard as, Trump and Kamala or Biden.
Well, I don't know if you know what was going on in the background. The Democrats was suing in a lot of states to keep him off the ballot.
Yeah.
That's what happened to him and Cornel West, actually. Happened to the both of them. So I will say this much. If you don't like none of them, write your name down then. Vote for yourself. Vote for yourself.
Yeah, you ain't never lied. I honestly,
why not? Vote for yourself. See, I'm giving everybody an option, so you can't say, "Well, you're forcing me to vote." No. Well, vote for yourself then. Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I think that make a statement.
yeah, all the way. Listen, I just say, listen, if you vote for yourself from the top all the way down to the local, that's fine. You don't have to vote for this long as we just make a statement to the Democrats. I don't want everybody to sit at home. Even if you just go vote for yourself, vote for somebody. Vote for yourself. If you don't want Trump, fine. I'm not telling you nothing about Trump. Vote for yourself.
Okay.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. Yeah. Don't be afraid to vote for yourself. I mean, why not? You ain't gotta vote for them people. All right, let's see who we got here. Who we got? Let me get this person in here. All right, Timothy. Turn your microphone on.
Oh, appreciate you having me up, brother Phil. I'll be brief, but I think this is a multi-generational issue. As humans, we we want instant gratification, but as splintered as the our community is, it's very tough for us to see results. I look at the Navajo Nation. They're semi-autonomous. They got their own police force, their own Supreme Court. I look at that as what we could have been. Right. So I'm taking my black ass to Africa because I think it's a multi-generation issue. We need a third party. We don't have that. And till we get that, a third black party, we're not really even going to see solutions. So that's it for me. Appreciate it, Brother Phil.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Super Pro Black. Man, you can't get no more pro black than that. Super Pro Black.
What's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Man, I hear you. Ain't nobody more super pro black than you. So what's on your mind,
so lame, my brother. But nah, let me start with saying this. The last brother said it ain't no third party. It is plenty third party options, and I see one that has a specific plan for reparations specifically, which is Jill Stein. But you also got Cornel West, and you got Claudia and the other girl. But what I wanted to say is, why haven't black people started a black political party, if you want to stay United States based, that does for self? Because there's enough money circulating and there's enough political power in a united party where you can say, hey, if y'all don't put this on the table, don't even come looking for it. Don't call us, none of that. Or at the same time, we can also start to do the things that we need done in our communities, such as hospitals. We can build black-owned hospitals, but to stop like child death and mothers dying in hospitals and, other things that can be done or fixed by our own participation in our own community.
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I mean, Jill Stein, we reached out to her as well. We reached out to Jill Stein, and her campaign was saying she had some events, so hopefully she circles back around. Janaya Thomas with the Trump administration, she gave me her email to email them for, interview. That's the Trump administration. We try to reach out to the Harris administration. We try to reach out to everybody, interview, right?
Right.
So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we did reach out to Jill Stein. So it's safe to say you voting for her for president?
No, not at all. I'm not even participating in this election stuff.
Are you registered to vote, brother?
Oh yes, of course.
So man, why can't you just show up and just vote for yourself then?
I could definitely show up and vote, but what my whole thing is, I'll vote. It's either going to be Cornel West or Jill Stein.
Listen, whatever one you choose to vote for is fine with me. Just long as my thing is vote against blue, no matter who, even if you voting for yourself.
They're basically halting our progress.
There you go.
My whole thing is that American politics will not work for black people because it's specifically built to work against us. And that's where what people fail to understand due to the education and propaganda that's being pushed onto us in this country.
Well, all right, brother. I definitely appreciate you coming up. All right, last person here. D. D, unmute your mic.
All right. Yeah. Hey, thank you for, bringing up this topic. And, after I saw what happened with the reparations bill yesterday, definitely not voting for Democrats. And I just wanted to point out, one of the other speakers had mentioned that, and I keep hearing this, people say, black people just want a handout. And if you think about it, it's kind of like a business. Like, if you look at America as a business, you're going to identify that it's work that's been done that hasn't been paid for. So it's a debt to us. So if someone ever says, it's just a handout, I would just say, well, why don't you go work for free? And then don't pass down your assets. Just give them away for free, since that's how you feel.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you 2,000% on that. All right, D. Well, thank you. Appreciate you. All right, that was it. So we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. I appreciate everybody coming on. Make sure you download the African Diaspora News Channel app in the Google Play and Apple App Store. Once you get it, hit create account, and then you can get a monthly, quarterly, or yearly subscription. That would greatly appreciate you for doing that, and it helps support the show. Well, thank you all for listening.